talking upstairs. And he won't stop. And he also talks when he's about to throw up, so it's kind of like 50-50 on if he's about to throw up.
Our cat does that.
Yeah, I know that.
Instead of crown of stars, crown of stats. Your D&D character gets to know their stats.
That would be very interesting. I'm playing
It's
dead.
like in those it's like in those isekais whenever they instantly know they're in a video game.
Hey,
It's like, oh, I just woke up in this body. Let me pull up my stat window. What do you mean your stat window? How do you know you have a stat window?
I don't know, but we're live.
You mean recording?
Yes. We're not live to the people watching this. We're not doing this. It's probably just me in a pair of pajama pants sitting here with it playing in the background while I'm doing something else, like feeding the baby.
I'm a crocodile.
So, we left off last time with the Queen and myself. Myself here being Ara. And they were both showing a different side of themselves, and I know a lot of people were conflicted of where they stood on that, as Ara left, and you all were left waiting on your next assignment, and I will leave you there with Dan to take it away.
All right. You're called back in to meet with the Queen. You sit there for a few minutes, awaiting her for her timeliness of when she decides to start speaking. And suddenly the doors behind you open with a bang. And you see a high elven woman in a Royal Navy uniform with clearly more bars and pips than Jonathan Stormwind has. And Stormwind whispers to you all, "That's Maria Helena de Falcon, Admiral of the Fleet, highest rank in the Majesty's Royal Navy. She's the third generation of her family to achieve the rank." And she walks right up to the Queen. And can I get perception checks?
Unnatural 20.
An unnatural one?
Yes. A dirty one.
A filthy
That
one?
is yours.
Oh.
Your wisdom is,
Disgusting.
which is your
This one
perception.
was a bad boy.
Yeah.
Ty is
Oh,
very
shit.
distracted. Ty got a 3.
I rolled a 13.
I know I rolled. Boop. Oh, don't do this again. Are you fucking kidding me?
Good.
Give it a second. There it is.
I had to. Okay. I rolled a. Oh, yeah, I maxed out my wisdom. Ha! I rolled a 15.
Alright, I want two of you really hear anything. Ara hears bits and pieces. But, that was a Churza.
Akira.
Yes. You hear the whole thing. She says the whole thing, and she whispers to the Queen. "The crimson storm has been spotted near the pillars of Pericles. The Queen sits for a moment and responds out loud, not caring if you overhear. She says, "Well, I agree that Jim Brooks is dangerous and must be stopped. Your family's obsession with this man will be your undoing, just as it was your mother's and grandfather's. But very well, I suppose you'll be needing a crew." And that's when she looks at you all. "Just a slight change in plans, sweeties. You should go with the Admiral of the Fleet, the Falcon here. And she's got a special mission for you. And this is when the Admiral turns around, looks at each of you in turn. She comes up and says, "Oh, Stormbreaker! Your presence already eases me in the selection." Ours at the end. Let's give something special for that. But she gets to the next two and like, "Oh no, you two. Who are you and what do you do?"
Am I next in line?
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Was I at the end?
Yeah, you're at the end.
Oh, okay.
So you're not. She's not talking to you yet.
I am here for diplomatic mission.
Okay.
Am I next?
And you, large crocodile man.
I am here to do as the Queen pleases. Hopefully, that involves battle.
Well, that's what this mission's gonna be.
Wonderful.
And then she comes to Ara and she goes, "Wait, Mom, is this?" And she says, "Yes, that is Ara. The necklace makes her more agreeable." And she looks over your collar, notices the dial,
I just start voguing with the collar while she's.
and she's gonna poke around at the collar a little bit, and then she's going to turn the dial from 1 to 2 after looking over the rest of the group. And then she quickly turns about, looks at the Queen, and says, "Well, I assume Tom is here because we need to get to Leiden as soon as possible." And she just starts walking out a door as the Queen goes, "His name is Tim, and well, you all go with her."
Yes, Your Majesty.
But of
She's
course,
like already gone. You gotta catch
And
up.
I slither out the door.
She did not stay long.
no, not yet, but just a few more deeds as these, and we will be sure to have her attention, or at least. And Kai kind of glances over at Ara, goes, "At least someone's attention."
You know, I have heard of those on the crew calling you they and them. I called you sister when we met, instead of sibling, and you did not correct me. And she's gonna grab the scruff of your shirt and get face to face with you and says, "You are a siren. Stand the fuck up for yourself." And then just let go.
Kai just kind of brushes themselves off. Darling, it's merely below my notice. Such labels are beyond me. Call me what you will. I am Kai. Kai is I. It's more than enough label for me, don't you think?
Exactly. Now do not let anyone else forget that name either.
My character looks mildly aroused.
Kai blows a kiss at you. Thanks, babe.
And she comes back, pokes her head back out the door, and says, "All right, he's ready. Let's go. Come along." Planet, you ought to come with her.
So Ara is actually going to hang back and see if there's anything while no one else is in this room, that looks particularly like easy to palm.
You want to take like the queen's words of food items.
Crumpet? A jammy dodger? What? The queen?
I ate some yesterday for crying out loud, and I can't remember the name of it.
Beef Wellington? I don't.
Pomegranate?
Pomegranate, no. Yeah, so if you want her fancy olive fork, you can probably grab that pretty easily.
Oh, I'm gonna grab that olive fork and I'm gonna hide it in my tentacle hair.
It's
Do
a
me
dingle
quick
hopper
sleight of
now.
hand.
Dude.
Headcanon accepted.
Turkish delight.
Okay. 16. Wait, sleight of hand? It's at 18.
Okay, yeah. She doesn't notice. So you have a nice, fancy, small fork with a telescoping handle
Ooh.
meant for reaching into jars.
I like that.
It's made out of silver
You could turn it
with an
into like a
ornate
hair
ivory handle.
Oh.
melted on you
I'm
for
using
spells.
the queen.
I mean, it's a silvered weapon.
Mmm.
Or could be used to theoretically silver the tip of at least a dagger.
But just the tip.
Yeah, pretty much. It's a fucking olive fork. Anyway. Then I will willingly walk out of the room after stealing something.
Did you get lost?
Have you never heard? Wow, I was just fighting with going into Bonnie so fucking hard. Have you never heard of being fashionably late?
That is what in my country they call bullshit.
And it is in my country what they call Grecian time, Egyptian time. Always 30 minutes late for everything.
Oh, I know this one. Inconsiderate.
We just call them assholes where I come from.
I don't.
I wander further into the room.
And she leads you through many hallways, up and down stairs. She stops at a door and knocks. She goes, "Oh, Tim, is the circle ready? We need to get to Leiden." And the door opens, and inside you see a large circular room. And it's just a mess on the outsides. But in the middle, it's pristine. Nothing's there, except there's a large circle with many sigils and runes and other magical markings. And working inside the circle is an incredibly old and disheveled man with long gray hair and beard. It's like, 1 more minute, Maria. And you have some friends.
Is this someone we would recognize?
Well, I mean, if you have a higher chance of recognizing this person
Okay.
because you have royal connections. So if you want to roll a history check to see if you recognize or maybe know by reputation, perhaps, who this person would be.
You're on yours. I need to see my sheet. My history.
Intelligence. You got -1.
8.
Oof.
As do I.
I don't
no,
know
huh?
shit.
Yeah, you have no idea who he is, but you have an idea that, well, I mean, the queen probably has a magic person, and that makes sense that she'd have a magic person, and he seems to be doing magic. But you have no idea anything specific
What'd
other
you
than
say?
anything specific of that.
You gotta do that. It's on now.
Oh, so it's push to talk?
No,
What?
it's click this little.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So that we're muted when other people are talking because it'll.
Are we muted right now?
No.
Okay. You handed it toward me while I'm in the middle of talking.
Yeah,
so I thought
because
that
you
I was
started
missing
talking
things.
without unmuting it.
I'm so sorry. He looks he looks magical. I do not know this person. She's saying that to no one in particular.
Okay. When I place this last sigil, you all have about 6 seconds to get into the middle. And then before you know it, you'll be in a tower in Leiden. And he's like, and he starts,
This is transportation. Oof. I might get sick.
generally the first couple of times, yeah.
This sounds like some very advanced magic.
And he walks to the last marker and he's like, go! And Maria goes through.
Here's this bolting.
Same.
Leap
And
through.
everyone goes through.
Ara's taking her dear sweet time, waits till the last second, and gives everyone else in the room the finger as she goes out backwards.
You step through and you can immediately smell the river leading to the sea. Maria waits and sees as all of you made it through the portal. And if you want to possibly blow chunks, give me a con save.
Oh, me? Fuck.
Con save.
Oh, not 20, bitch!
Watch, you have like a -3 con.
Oh, shut up. I really hope not.
Okay, you have a +3 con.
Woo! 23!
Dry.
So here's the question. Do you want to blow chunks?
As tempting as it is to do to Jordan's character, I'm going to refrain.
Okay, so you hold it in.
Yep, I hold it in.
But you feel it wash over you, like, oh my. And like,
I just want to see what you do.
chunkage contained.
I had chicken today. Was worried about putting it in front of Gator Man.
I prefer my chicken still moving.
That
I
tracks.
simply shudder to think.
He's a little bit creepy.
Mildly, but rather entertaining if you think about it.
She
I
leads you
try
to the
not
bottom of the
to.
tower and outside. Then you walk on the piers next to the river. You walk for what seems to be 20 minutes, so you can do and say whatever you want for a little bit here, if you'd like to, or we can just move along. Because you got to walk here.
Are we still with the Falcon?
Yeah. She's leading you on the docks of Leiden on the river.
Down
Oh,
Down.
many
Down.
people have you killed?
by the river.
You asked for Maria.
Yes.
Oh. When you become admiral of the fleet, you have long lost count.
Good.
Such is the life, isn't it?
Also, it's hard to tell when you just sink a ship. Was there 5 people on that ship? Was there 50 people on that ship? I don't know.
I'm now picturing Matt Berry, but in drag. From the way she just said, I don't know. I don't know. Father!
Father?
Yeah, keep walking. You don't think keep walking?
Mm-hmm.
How many have you killed?
As well have lost count. And he's completely lying.
And you know the exact number.
He's notching it on different scales that nobody can see, like a Victor Zast thing going
Oh
on.
my god. Or Memento. You still haven't
I
seen
got a 8 deception.
Okay. Well, it's a 10 on the die, so she gathers. All right. I mean, we are going to be hunting pirates on this mission, so
Oh no, whatever will we do?
Are we supposed to bring anyone back alive?
You sound
Not
as though
generally.
you're hoping for one of us to die.
I would hope that you were speaking of the pirates we're going to hunt and
Of
not
course, of
ourselves.
course.
I do not believe him.
Well, here's the thing, as long as they are on our side, we should only have to watch our backs part of the time. Isn't that right, dear? They kind of throw a glance over at Icarus's direction.
Yes.
Hmm. I like to think of it as the chances are not 0% that you'd attempt to eat one of us in our sleep.
How do I put this? I cannot always kill them all myself.
Hmm.
I know when I am outnumbered.
Or outmatched, from what I gathered on the island.
But until I am not out, I shall have teammates.
well, I shall curse your sudden but inevitable betrayal.
So whenever you no longer need us, will you eat us?
Well, hmm,
No, because he would still be outnumbered, yes?
It's like, you see, Ty glances over at Icarus and just goes, "Now, sweetheart, I know that we would never have to worry about anything like that, right? We're only joking." And they're doing that thing where their voice just kind of tickles the inside of your ear just the right way. Not quite charm person, but you know.
yes. Joke. We all are joking.
Mhm.
Insight check.
Puts their hand up, goes,
I got a 19 deception.
Oh, well, she rolled an 18 on the die, and she's got a
Oh,
false positive.
Oh, I was also insight
Uh.
checking, and
let's see.
I have a 22 total.
Yeah.
Yeah.
21.
Maria knows you're up to shit.
Ah,
It's a 19 on the die for, yeah, 21.
Stormbreaker don't know.
Akira does think it's funny, but is also lying.
Mm-hmm.
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 So should she faces towards the rest of the party? So should we kill him now or later?
Later, baby. We might need them now.
Very well.
Do we though?
Akirza starts. Are we walking to a boat or something?
Yep, you're walking to a ship.
Yeah.
Akirza takes out a file and starts sharpening his teeth.
That sounds painful.
Yeah. Being as fastidious as she is, she's one of the few anyone on the sea that doesn't have completely yellowed and rotted teeth. Hers are actually kept fairly white, and they're piranha-like, and she just flashes them at you, filing yours.
Akirza.
Do you have a weapon for this fight? Ara.
I am the weapon for this fight.
Okay, I have spares if you require.
I will keep that in mind. And Ara is just going to keep beelining for the boat with everybody else because, like, the walk's taking entirely too long.
Yes, I wish there was a circle closer, but you know, we did take off about a 2.5 day cart ride, so enjoy
Not
that
much.
for what it is. Here we are. Here's my girl. Behold, gentlemen, behold. There she is, La Paradoia Magnifica. And before you, you see a massive 3-mast ship. It's a real beauty, eh?
I've seen bigger.
Does how many cannons does this one have?
Enough.
Good.
And just then is when
Why could be you?
members of the crew see the captain. Everyone stands up. He blows the whistle. Captain coming aboard. Everyone aboard.
You have chips?
And
Tea?
the ship
Tea.
casts
I
off
thought you said your chippies.
into the river towards the
No,
sea.
your tea, please.
Now I will need 3 different people to make rolls to see how your journey goes.
I can roll.
Straight roll?
Yep, straight D20.
8.
17.
And 12.
Come back here.
All right, so the 8 is first. You going right into storms, and the going is slow, and you will need an extra day.
Ew.
The next 2 were both of them were in the teens, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the first
You have
day,
the fifth guy.
the first day in the storms,
Yeah.
I'm just out on the deck, just like nothing.
Mm-hmm. Very that.
For the next 2 days, you have clear skies and everything's fine. But because you had such bad storms the first day, a 4th person is going to have to roll another die.
Alright, let me.
Keisho, you got to be included too.
20. Ooh, 19.
Hell yeah.
A 19 is another day of clear skies.
I think I
And,
preferred the storms.
Good thing you were
Everything's
not in
going
charge.
right, nice clear skies, and then all of a sudden there's a sudden fog.
How can you stand
Wait,
being this dry all
Does
the
that
time?
mean the fog is like scares you?
A sudden fog.
I actually
Suddenly
do
there
have
was
on
a
my
sudden
character
fog?
sheet that
It's just all of a
Akirza
sudden just
becomes
poof out of nowhere.
cantankerous and quiet in the rain.
It's
So
like when you stop
Akirza
going.
is very, very
Late.
peaceful in the rain.
Out of the darkness, there shined a shiny fog.
I feel very
In the
at
middle
home in the
of the
water.
sea.
In the water.
I guess we're all water based.
But you keep your course, and it eventually clears out after about 10 or so minutes, and then you see you're next to a shipwreck. There are large birds circling the shipwreck. Please give me perception checks.
Ooh! Nat 20!
Word.
Can I go back to
10.
the cocked one? Ooh.
8. What I get for $8?
Perception?
Yeah.
Oh, wait, I have wisdom.
I can see everything, right? With an 8, I see it
That's
all.
why I didn't turn it on. You want me to turn it
I
on?
have a 10, so I see all and everything.
That's not gonna make a difference.
Big.
But I do it creepily.
My perception, 8 total.
Oh, yeah, I didn't add my perception. Just said nat 20.
I mean,
With the perception. Yeah,
it's still
Just
just the
one.
nat 20.
I learned my lesson.
Well, nat 20, you're the only one that sees this. Those are no birds. And then from the crow's nest, you hear, Harpy!
Well,
Shit.
fuck.
And now you
Shit.
gotta roll some initiatives.
All right.
Let's say Harpy.
Harpy.
Okay. Better. We're doing better. That's a 0. Man. Okay, 13.
Ooh,
Can I see?
word. That's
Ow.
oh, plus 0. So just a flat 20. So nat 20, but flat.
Plus 1.
Just
10.
Mine is 0.
Mine's 20.
13.
10. The highest number Akirza can count to.
Ah. Wait, do you not have toes?
You see, Mars. You can't count to 20 with the shoes on.
I have 10 fingers and I have 10 toes.
Yeah, so you should be able to count to 21.
Well, all right. I have 5 toes. I'm missing a leg.
Oh, well, true. So you should be able to count to 16.
But
All right, start with one of the harpies.
what? They rolled a nat 22? That's great.
Oof.
Well, they
Yeah,
rolled
really
21
okay.
overall.
You sure of that?
Oof. I mean, it would help
that's
if I
right,
had,
we all rolled
not
20.
plus 0.
Right, all right.
So one of the harpies actually flies up to the guy that's in the crow's nest and swings at him, and he flies out of the crow's nest into the water.
Into the water.
So you hear a Wilhelm scream and then a splash. Oh!
I have a question for Mitchie real quick.
Sup?
The specific wording of Wavebreaker says your swim speed.
Hold on. You cut out for a second. I think your connection is.
The specific wording for the Wavebreaker says your swim speed equals your walking speed and a crocodilian swim speed. Does that mean my walking speed is
You keep cutting out at the key parts.
I understand.
Okay.
40 feet. It equals your walking speed. The specific, because it's worded that way, I will allow that.
But I won't, so...
I was gonna say, Dan.
And now it's time for another harpy's turn because 2 of them rolled higher than you.
I'll allow it when
Whoa.
Dan does it in the next
Wow.
full length.
This one goes after Maria Helena. And it's going to swing away. And it's going to miss. And now, up next is... Hi is up next.
Yes. Kai is going to pull out their long sword, unsheath it, and they will look around and go,
Didn't do this.
These beautiful creatures probably want to rip our faces off. And that just simply won't do, now will it? All right, everyone, time to buck up. And Kai kind of begins to like vocalize and like what's everyone's names? Icarus, Icarus, Iana,
Ikirza.
Ikirza. Sorry, I think I have it spelled wrong. Ikirza. Uh, anyway, because I need to double check. My apologies. The three of you kind of feel all warm and tingly inside as I cast Bless.
All right.
So who all was blessed?
Yeah, you basically
Me.
That is
decide to
going to
cast
be
smite.
a,
Do you hit them first, or no? That's your
Yes.
action.
Akirza.
Well,
Yes.
Let me
it's
get
a
it.
range of-
Akirza, Ara, and Susie. How do you pronounce your character's name? Again,
I don't remember.
Alana.
Alana.
Alana. Okay, so the three of you are blessed.
Blessed.
Blessed by
Attacks and
Hashtag blessed.
by my song. Yes, that is yep, D4 attack rolls and saving throws.
Hell yeah.
And the bonus action. Yeah, I think I'll just stand there, shield at the ready.
All right, it's Ilana's turn.
All right. So how
Most of them
far?
are high up in the air, but there's one down by the helm trying to mess with Maria Helena. So if you want to run up and to attack somebody in melee, you get there.
Okay.
But
So
everything else would definitely be ranged fighting.
Okay. You said I use it on ranged, or do I use it on melee?
Use what? Oh, Divine Smite?
Mm-hmm. I've never paladin before.
Yeah, you're not allowed to use
Mm.
Divine Smite at range unless you're an Iron Grit. I'm the first person to give people
You
ranged
mentioned that
smite.
offhand and then stopped talking, so I didn't know what the hell you were saying.
So now you understand.
Yeah, so melee attack. With what weapons do I have?
I didn't put them on there.
Oh my god, you're the
It's on the
worst.
Paladin list. Just choose some shit off the thing.
Okay. Using a long sword. I want to try and hit him like between the neck and the shoulder.
And add some smite action to
Yeah,
that.
and cast smite, divine smite.
All right. Roll to hit with your sword.
All right, and then what do I add to that? You have the character sheet.
You're proficient with it. You add your proficiency bonus. And I believe longsword is longsword a strength
Long
weapon?
strength, yeah. Short.
It is
short.
versatile.
Okay.
I
So
have
What's my
one.
strength
It's
modifier?
1d8 plus 3 or 1d10 plus 3.
Oh yeah, you could use it two-handed, yeah, if you wanted to for more damage.
So plus the strength modifier? Or just the proficiency bonus?
we're not doing for damage, we're doing for to
Like-
hit.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, sorry.
So it's proficiency bonus.
Plus proficiency
and-
plus 2.
So it's just plus proficiency plus 2?
Or are you saying the proficiency is plus 2?
It's
Proficiency is plus 2 at level
Yeah.
2,
Okay.
and whatever your strength bonus is.
Okay, so plus 3. So plus 5 to what you hit.
Okay, so that's a 19.
All right, that hits.
All right, and longsword is D8.
I always use dex weapons, so I'm like...
d8. D8 or
Yeah,
d10.
D8.
One or two-handed.
Okay. Well, at this point, I'm doing it two-handed.
Because you didn't pull your shield out.
Yeah.
All right, so it's D10s.
Dual hand wield. You get one position forever in any game on Hero Forge.
All right.
This.
Does that have anything added to it? It's just a straight roll, right?
Yeah, D10.
For damage.
It's 2d10 or
You just 1d10.
okay, 1d10.
Just one.
1d10 and then your smite.
So 9. Is what I rolled.
Okay. And what does Divine Smite do as far as damage?
It's another die.
Mine is 2d8, if I'm not mistaken. At least mine is 2d8.
If it's level 2, then it should be the same. If it's Divine Smite, it's the same spell.
And then you would add your strength
So-
modifier as well because you're proficient.
2d8 plus 3.
So, yes.
This is why I have a DM. Tell me this shit. Alright. 7. 4. So 11 plus
3.
plus 3.
Yeah, 14. 14 on the smite, 9 on the normal damage.
Yeah.
Do you add your modifier to smite?
To strength? I don't.
You add it to your
No,
the
it
regular
just shows it just takes an extra 2d8 radiant damage from the attack.
Okay, so then not plus 3. So 11.
It increases by 1d8 if the target's fiend or undead, and an additional d8 for each spell slot above 1.
Not sure if a harpy is fiend or undead.
All right, you come at that thing, and you hit it real hard, and it is just gasping for air, but it is still up. But it ain't looking very nice.
20 points on the first hit. How does it feel to Paladin?
Is that normal?
Ask Jordan
Yeah.
about the false
Yeah.
alarm.
Yeah.
Hey, that's mine.
What? It's quieter to eat than mine.
Just wait till I
Alright,
branch. Just wait till I branch into Oath of Conquest Paladin.
Oh,
Up
of
next,
Conquest.
we're
It's not
harpies.
as. I mean, you also could go Oathbreaker. Do Oath of the Crown and then break your allegiance to your own fucking family.
I'll decide if I'm going to break it or not. I'll just stick with what I have.
This harpy brings herself down toward like the middle of the ship, but above, and she's gonna start singing. And she put herself in a situation where every single person in every single PC and NPC in this thing will have to make a DC 11 Wisdom check or be save or be charmed. So
Uh-oh.
Wisdom saves all around.
14.
You just got to beat an 11.
I don't know what my modifier is.
Add a plus
That
0.
is right.
So it's
Oh.
You also get a plus. You also
Plus
can add a
0?
D.
Fuck.
16.
Oh,
Yeah, D4. So I have a 13, but I don't even need the D4.
I have a 15.
10.
And 16.
Did you add your D4?
Yes.
No, it was to Susie. So I heard the 10.
What about my D4?
You have a D4
Did
to
you
add.
add D4 to
Yeah.
that 10?
You're blessed.
Is
You're
your
going to
blessed.
add a
Oh.
d4. Use your bless.
So you should pass anyway because you
3.
can't get less than a 1. And I think the DC was 11.
Want to heat them up?
Yep. So you got 13.
Thank you.
Maria Helena saved, but Stormbreaker did not. So Stormbreaker is enthralled and cannot hurt any harpies right now. And he's like, she's so pretty. Oh my god. And now it's Ara's turn.
If someone were to hurt Stormbreaker, would he release from the charm?
No, you have to hurt the harpy that did it, actually. You have to roll a
Okay.
save.
Okay. Am I in any sort of range of that harpy?
Yeah, if you have a ranged attack that's more than 30 feet, you can hit pretty much anyone you want.
Okay. I'm going to attack the one that just tried to enthrall me. Okay.
Oh,
So.
question about species and whatnot. Like, if we are like Fae, are we still susceptible to stuff like charm person?
8.
Because that targets humanoids, doesn't it? Like, wouldn't they need a charm monster or something for us?
I don't know, but it's something I can imagine Matt Mercer and Brandon Lee Mulligan arguing about.
Oopsie.
17.
17 hits.
Nice. And that is. Ray of Frost is D8. I know y'all have hit me with this recently. So I know at least one of you has in the other campaign.
Was that?
Um, I don't remember what it does. Let me.
1d8. I was right.
Yeah. Like,
Oh. 1 damage.
oof.
Well,
But yeah, you are right. I have. Ezra has Ray of Frost. You
that
were
is not much
correct.
damage, but that makes the save a 10. And she keeps concentration on Stormbreaker. And it is now, unless Ara has anything else,
No. I don't have bonus actions.
it is now Stormbreaker's turn. And he's just like, la 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 la.
Hello, Joe!
And then it's Ursa's turn.
Accused is going to bustle with absolute anger as he flies into a rage. And then he's going to go and try and kill the one who is singing with a great axe attack.
Okay.
And he's going to reckless attack.
Okay.
What if you just
To
You used to build one for Dakota.
the
For your dad to show off to
23,
Oof.
That hits.
1d12 plus 3 slashing. Does rage add something to that? Forget.
Rage should add damage.
When you make a melee attack using strength, you gain a bonus to the damage roll that increases as you gain, as shown in the rage damage column of that barbarian table. Oh. There's a barbarian table?
You should also have even more. No, reckless just gives you advantage, right?
Barbarian table says I add +2 damage. Okay, cool. So I do 1d12 plus 3 plus 2. So that's a 9 plus 5 is 14 slashing damage.
That's not what I wanted it for.
If I can, I'd like to cut right at the separation between the top and bottom lip in the face.
You beat her about the face, but she's still flying up there. And 14 half, so it's still a 10. And she loses concentration. And Stormbreaker shakes his head and he's like, the hell was that? You got anything else? Your bonus was to rage, right? So okay.
I was supposed to rage. If I can object interaction, I'd like to rub her blood on my snout.
Sure.
Yes.
And now it's a final Harpy's turn. and it's gonna go after Cursa Entropy, and swing at you with her claws with an 18 to hit.
18 does hit.
All right. 6 slashing damage.
That's 6. Oh, is that already halved?
Oh, that's not half.
Okay, so I take 3.
Victory.
Beep, boop, bop.
Beep, boop,
It
boop,
is
bop.
now Marina Helena's turn.
I thought I
And
had
she's
a
got one
reroll.
right in her face, so she's going to swing at it with her sword. Oh, yeah. And that one goes down.
Oh wait, I reckless attack, so that harpy got advantage on me.
Did I not get
Oh, yeah.
this to roll?
Yes, you did. Dang.
Does she crit?
It's okay.
No, her other roll was a 1.
I feel like I'm losing it.
Got it.
Did Susie get
All right, we now.
what? When was your turn?
Wasn't that-
Susie went like first or second.
Oh, that's why. It's been a while.
She was the second of the player characters that played. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought I heard my character's
We
name,
go
so
back
I
to the
should-
top
Yeah,
for round
yeah.
2. We're at the original Harpy.
I thought I heard my character's name.
This one is going to. This one's going to go after Ara. And spike at you with your claws
Rude.
for a 15.
15 will hit.
Excuse me.
Ooh, max damage for 9 slashing damage.
Okay.
And now it's Kai's turn.
All right. Sorry, I zoned out for a moment. I was reading something. I was like, "Oh, what?" Yeah. There is there one low enough for me to get at with my sword?
Yeah, there's 2 you can get to. There's one in Ara's face and one in Akursa's face.
Is there 2 by me?
No.
I think
There
every
is
single time someone says that.
3 harpies remaining. One is flying up above everyone. Was the one that did the song. And there's one in Akursa's face and one in Ara's
Christmas
face.
face?
Okay, I thought there was one behind me.
Accuses face. Oh,
So
okay.
the 2 that are down, you can get up to in melee. The one
Yes,
that's
I
above,
did.
you would have
Oh, I
to
heard a Christmas face.
use.
I'll go for the one that's in Ara's face. I'll step over and swing at it with my long sword for a 22. Swinging one-handed because I have a shield in the
22
other
hit.
hand. And 8 points of damage. Actually, I'm going to use my savage attacker to re-roll that, see if I get any better. 'Cause why not? Actually, I did. 10 points of damage. Are we using the mastery traits on these weapons?
Now it's like if you become master of that weapon type.
I don't know how I'm unsure of how they worked. It just had me pick 2 when I selected my weapons.
For weapon mastery. I think weapon mastery just gives you the ability to use the weapon's special property.
Yeah.
Like daggers with Nick
so
and stuff like
More
that.
than just
So,
proficiency
so the
of
long
weapon.
sword has sap, which says it says your training with weapons allows you to use the mastery property of long swords, is what I have. It says if you hit a creature with the long sword, that creature has disadvantage on its next attack roll before the start of my next turn.
All right, so then you would have mastery for that weapon then. So this harpy has disadvantage on its next attack.
Yeah, until the start of my next turn.
All right.
So whatever attack I guess it makes next, reaction or what opportunity attack as well. So yeah. It just kind of walks up and takes a slash at it right near like the joint where the arm and the wing kind of meld, and that's kind of messes up its arm for a bit.
All right. It is Ilana's turn.
So the harpy that was staggering after I hit it last time, is it still near me?
I know that one died.
Okay. Am I within 30 feet of any others?
Yeah, you can get to two of them on foot, and then there's the one that's flying way above everybody. That
Okay.
you would have to use your range
So
to get.
I want to run toward the next closest one and attack it with my longsword.
I would say you're probably closer to Ara because of how much time you spend together.
Well, I'm not even
This
saying
one's
right
mine.
Which is funny because that's the one that Kai just hit. So, all right.
I was
You
gonna
wanna swing
attack
away?
or do inflict wounds, so
Wait, I'm
Well,
by
you might still
myself?
need to.
woof.
Can I see my character sheet?
Actually, it
First,
kind of
you
sounds
are
like
near
it.
Helena.
That's yours.
What?
What do you with your longsword?
Yeah. So that's a 7.
A 7 misses.
Ooh.
Their AC is low, but not that low.
Did
Damn.
you add your D4?
Oh no! Did that go towards these two?
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was just
Yep.
attack rolls and saving throws.
That was an attack
Yeah,
roll.
Oh
It was an
duh!
attack roll.
Wow.
It wasn't that roll.
I'm so tired, y'all.
Now I'm going to tell you, you're going to need a 4 on that die.
You
Plus
can do
2.
it.
Nope.
Mm.
You would
Nada.
need you would have needed the whole 4.
Yeah.
Nerd.
Darn.
All right, the one that was singing now sees that no one's been affected by her singing, so they're gonna come on down to Stormbreaker.
I can do so much better than that myself, darling.
And he's gonna swing Stormbreaker, and that's a whiff. So now it is Atta's turn.
So he's just sitting in a rolly chair. But
So- Ara's going to place a hand on the one that's like right in my face
Okay.
and say, "You really don't want to be. Wow. You really don't want to be doing this." And cast inflict wounds.
And if you're gonna roll, you have 2 friends on her as well, so roll with advantage.
So that's yours.
Mm-hmm. Let's say you're gonna cast Divine Smite.
Don't forget to add a D4.
No, she's not. That character isn't.
Oh.
I'm not blessed? I thought I was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought you did it yourself, and Krisha and Alana.
Oh yeah, did you do yourself or did you do
Oh, you didn't bless yourself? Oh, okay.
Anna? Oh, okay, got it.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. I'm a very selfless
17,
person.
and let's see if I can do better than a 17.
It matters.
Nope, just 17. I'm not allowed to use this after I find out. So I'm just going to say 17.
17 hits.
Oh, cool. Didn't need the D4. All right. And inflict wounds does this. No, it doesn't scale, does it? It's
30
just
damage.
automatic. 3d10. Oh, okay.
If you roll well,
Oof.
so if you roll really well, I can't. You have to do more than just well.
Six. 6,
Ooh.
9.
That's kind of a 6.
That's pretty well.
21?
So 21.
Yep. Wait,
You take
no.
a big hunk out of this sucker.
That's 18. 6, 6, and 6 is 18. So,
6 and 6 is 12. Plus 9.
Yeah,
okay. I did that wrong. You're right. 21.
I'm the math dumb one. Come on.
You take a big hack at this harpy by just touching it, and it just goes. But somehow it's still breathing. Somehow, some way.
Someone ate her Wheaties.
Good.
Yeah, you want to try it?
All right, that's in your turn.
That will end my turn.
It smells like
It
a
is
foot.
Stormbreaker's turn. And
Ugh.
he has the one that sung at him
What the fuck, lady?
right next to him.
What did you just drink?
It's called Overboard from Down East Cider. I like it. It's black cherry.
Yeah, but it
He's
tastes
gonna
like
just-
cough syrup.
Stab her with his trident.
You know, that respect, that reaction is
trident?
acceptable.
And I'm
See,
drinking something
know
I
that.
cherry.
feel like
Like-
Rockstar and Red Bull taste like cough syrup, and that doesn't.
Like I'm drinking cherry limeade. Like I'm artificial cherry done right.
Ew.
To be fair, this is also artificial cherry, so
He corked some like a fish with a trident.
Pulls out his trident. He gets his trident, and
That was
he
loud. You should probably
And he
pour that
gets
in your
her.
hand.
and his with the what is? I imagine I get
Oh, wait,
plus
have you been muting us like you're supposed to?
4.
No.
So
Hope it
that's
doesn't
gonna be 12 damage
have a problem,
on that mother sucker. And that one's looking rough too.
man.
Looking pretty rough. And now it's time for what my Google Docs want me to call Ichiro instead of Akursha.
Kirsho?
Kirsa.
Kirza. We're gonna argue about it while he sits there.
Am I? You said someone else is with me fighting the one in front of me?
Maria Helena's nearby you as well, fighting the same one.
Got it. Okay.
It's funny because we both pulled T-turn.
I'm
She's
going
nearby,
to.
but she
Like the
hasn't
same
turned
way.
herself to start fighting that one yet.
Okay, I'm going to reckless attack again.
Okay. Finish this fight so I can go pee.
That's a 24.
24 hits.
It's a D12 plus 5. Oh yeah, that's 16 damage, slashing.
Well, damn, Sean.
I want to cut its
Baby sounds.
top, like from the middle of its mouth up.
You
I want
take
to cut
a good hack, and it starts like, and then she closes back up.
And then I have a bonus action attack, but specifically states they have to be behind me. Can I just turn around? Is that allowed?
I mean, you can
Turn
move.
around.
Yeah, you can use your movement to turn around.
Okay.
Yeah, but
It's an unarmed tail attack.
since you haven't moved, you can spin around and
That's at least a 12, which hits, right?
12 hits.
Okay, it's just 1d6 plus,
You're not muted.
right? That's 6 damage, and now it has to do a DC Uh, 11 um, strength saving throw or be knocked prone, assuming it is standing. If it is flying, then probably not. Like a sweeping tail attack.
It falls on its ass.
Yes.
I feel out the air.
And then I turn back around and face it again. I should have done that first. But anyway, Gears
It
is
is that harpy's
good.
turn. And it ain't happy. So it's going to try to get you with its slashy slash. Natural 20.
Oof.
Natural 20?
Yep.
All right. Hit me!
Time for the barbarian to tank some damage.
Right.
I forgot he's barbarian.
That'll be 15 slashing damage. So half to 7.
Wavebreaker.
And now it's Marina Helena's turn. She's gonna look over at all that's been going on over there, and she is going to. That's a hit. Oh my goodness! This harpy is somehow still alive with its big new smile and beaten face, but it's still alive. Back to the top with with the first harpy, the one that is on Ara and friends, and is going to continue on Ara.
Oh.
And that's a 3 on the die, so that's not going to hit. So it's Kai's turn.
I, who has been intoning this entire time as they're concentrating on the spell, they just kind of twirl around, blade in hand, and try and take another
You
slice
said not to move
at
to
this
7.
lovely harpy. That is 13.
13 will hit.
That uh, 1, 2, re-roll that 3 and get 1 better. So instead of 6, that's 7 points of damage. Yeah. So once again, going at the other arm, taking another slash at the other arm, trying to cripple them again.
And the arm falls off, and she falls into a lump onto the deck of the ship.
Such messy business, messy business. Just gotta take my clawed foot, just scoot it over to the side.
It is now Ilana's turn.
So, how many do we have left?
There are 2 remaining.
Okay. Is there one
One is
within
in
melee range
Stormbreaker's
for
face,
me?
and the other is in between Akersha and Maria Helena.
Okay. Am I within melee range of any of them?
You can get to either of them.
Okay. Nearest one. And can I see my character sheet again?
Yep.
Nearest one would be the one that's by Stormbreaker.
Just hit it and smite.
Yeah, I'm just gonna smite. Ugh. 12.
Well, 12 hits.
Oh, okay. Was not expecting that. All right, and that's 2d8.
Mm-hmm.
7
Oh shit.
and 7. Plus, or no, does that include? That doesn't
And
include.
Strength.
And strength.
3.
Basically, you're going to need to roll 1s and 2s to not kill it.
So 17.
Yeah, 17.
17.
17 kills it. That was her singer.
One more.
Right. So one is left.
That it? Your full turn?
Is that
Yeah.
your full?
You just broke all of your
All right,
food.
it's
Jimmy.
Nada's turn.
Right, one left. So, just gonna point at it and say, "Not today." And I'm gonna cast Ray of Frost again.
All you have
Which
to do
one
is
was
meet the AC. It has 1 HP. It's a classic.
Oh, 14.
That hits. How do you want to do this? With your ray of frost.
I want the ray to just go right through the eye and presumably out the back of the skull, and I just want the screen to go black around it like an anime.
Oh my god.
It stretches through the head. And the harpy just falls forward, first to the knees and then flat on the face, ass still in the air like a bad cartoon.
Kai is like openly staring at Ara, like, woo.
With that Padao ending. Just like JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. To be continued. We'll take our break right now, and we'll be right back after these words from us.
Actually, we're not going to do that this time. We're just going to put up the normal be right back, because that would be confusing to have the other characters' backstories in
Anyway,
this campaign.
Let people go pee.
True.
Yeah.
Oh.
All right. I'm going to take a wicked piss at.
Are you in Massachusetts?
Yeah. And we're back.
All right. You all just had a fight with harpies, and in the morning we should be in visible sight of the pillars. Is there anything you want to do before you have your long rest and heal up and get whatever you want back?
I think I'm good.
I'm gonna go over to Maria. Exactly, these pillars we're going to. What is there anything special about them?
Well, there's it's these two mountains that are really close to the sea. And it's at a point where the space between the Iberian Peninsula and well, is it not quite Egyptia yet? Is it?
No.
It's a very very small bit of strait, and then there's these two huge mountains that are like right next to each other with a bit of the sea in between them.
We wouldn't be. We would have seen it sailing back from Egyptia last time. Because we did sail around the Iberian Peninsula.
That's what those were. I saw them out there, but I can't say I paid that much attention to them. Seeing them a bit closer, they are rather magnificent, I must say.
Yes.
The gateway
That's where
to
the
home
man was
from the
recently
deeper
seen.
sea.
Akirza starts collecting the claws off the harpy that it killed.
Oh yeah, can we loot those bodies?
Sure, they don't have anything
Like,
unless you want body parts like your friend here. Like you're not gonna find any armor or weapons. They sing and then they claw your eyes out. And that's pretty much it.
I knew someone like that.
I should call her.
No.
She's quite the charmer.
So, well, in that case, I believe I'm going to go and get some more beauty rest. We should be touching land soon. Not-
I'll take
Hey.
first watch.
I mean, we have a full crew here. I mean, they're doing their things. I mean, if you want to volunteer and go up into the crow's nest, go right ahead.
Yes.
Go ahead and tell them Captain said, take the day off, take the night off.
So before Akirza goes up, Ara's gonna pull Akirza aside. The captain said there was a whole crew. If you're going to eat someone, eat them first. And then
that's a fair conversation to have.
There are plenty of harpies' dead bodies to eat. Fresh enough.
always found them a little gamey myself. And she's gonna walk back and lay down in a bunk. Unless there's a brig, and then she's actually gonna go down into the brig, and if nobody's in the cell, she's gonna lay down in it and shut the door.
Right ahead. And she's like, yeah, there's a brig. And it is currently unoccupied. Anything else? Or we will draw the night to a close. All right. You all have a long rest.
Hooray!
So if you lost any hit points or used any things that return, they shall return.
Huzzah.
Whoops.
Indeed, they did return.
A whole 2 spell slots.
A whole raid.
Full of spells.
10 hit points.
Spoiled for choice.
9 hit points.
All right.
Again,
Wake up the next morning. It is
About how fast would you say this boat is going? Like in, I don't know, feet per second, I guess.
32 knots.
I guess an easier question to answer would be, could Kai climb down and have a swim along the side of the ship as a morning dip without the ship leaving them behind?
how fast can you swim?
30 feet.
Mine's
The ship would
40.
eventually outdistance you.
Yeah, I figured. It's all right.
You wouldn't be able to swim for too long.
You can always tie a rope to yourself. You swim real
Wait
fast.
forward behind the ship.
Yeah. The Akirza can breathe underwater. That'd be fun.
I mean, this
Okay.
is
I'm sure we all can.
her ship,
I
and
think
she
so.
is the highest ranking naval officer. So this is the best everyday ship that they have. They might have better ship, if they were going to go into direct combat for like war purposes.
I did
But-
say there was a naval man of war at Shermai.
I just
That
regret
that
that
was
this is.
Iberican. That was Iberican. Never mind.
I just regret that this is the age before the inner tube. Just tie one to the back of the boat and just lazy river it along while you're moving it like 5 miles an hour.
So
yeah, I mean,
funny.
you're not going to be doing anything where you stand up. But after the morning fog dissipates and you've eaten some breakfast,
Yeah, Kira's tied sitting at the table, just cleaning and maintaining their sword. And a part of their little daily ritual.
Are we nearing
So,
anywhere?
What?
Or are we waiting to see if we're actually getting to the destination today?
sorry, what was?
Weren't we getting near to the Pillars of Heracles, or are we passing them, or what's the...
Yeah, you're going to shortly.
I'll
You
be
are
right
now
back.
entering. You could literally see at this point there's America, and there's somewhere else. You can actually see the two different countries, and you're heading into the strait, and you're about to make a turn, and then
I would never.
you can now see the pillars of Heracles, the two mountains, and you can look around and see if you find anything with some perceptions and whatever.
16.
Let's see.
What's my perception?
0. Where's from?
10.
Oh, I misread that. Okay. 16.
We both got 16.
Okay. Anybody else? I see Jordan turned his camera off, so he's probably busy.
Oh, Jordan said,
No,
be
I-
right back.
I just-
And, yeah.
I just got the 10.
10.
I'm back.
What'd you get for
What did I roll?
Perception?
10.
Well, two of you were looking on the wrong side of the wrong side of the ship. But the other two are on the correct side of the ship and see this other ship. That is see a large slip, and the thing that really draws your eye is the exterior of the ship is painted all in red. You draw everybody else's attention to it.
Bit tacky.
I would say it is a little much.
Who paints a bright red target on their back?
As you were
Well,
discussing
I
this,
mean,
the guy, the lookout in the crowd just goes, "Captain, the Crimson Storm's port side," and everyone looks to the left.
Does,
He looks to the right and goes, "Where?"
to the left, to the left.
What side
And then realizes he said port side and then looks left.
to the right.
As he has been on a boat before.
That was the side you were
Would-
looking on. Looking on the wrong side.
Would I know anything about the Crimson, okay, I forgot what the other word was.
Storm.
Crimson Storm from pirating.
Roll a history check with advantage, because you have the best chance of knowing about this.
So 15 plus what?
Oh yeah. By the way, at Five Below yesterday, they're selling dice sets.
17.
Ooh. There's a Five Below not too far from me.
I have a game store a mile away.
There were 2 sets. One that was black and yellow,
Black and
Mm.
and the other
Black and
one
yellow.
that's actually really similar to Michelle's. And it's teal and red, and it has like
Jeez.
pirate art on it.
It severely looks like the rounded edge cheap knockoff of mine.
Oh,
No, not the bees.
There is one true actual game store that's like 25 minutes away from me. It's this tiny little place. You know, I mean, it's not super tiny. They have 2 floors packed
Ours is
with
super
like
tiny at that.
books and games and stuff. It's nice, but it feels so empty. Like, have you ever been to a place that's full but feels empty?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like open space, everything's just kind of up against the wall, a couple of racks in the center. It's like there's a lot of stuff, but you're just like, it's nothing
Also,
in
a
here.
lot of floor space.
Or a lot of repeats of
To
like
be so
same 2
small,
things.
it was strange. But yeah.
Our local game
That
store is
was the
where I got
tangent.
that beef jerky.
I need to look
Ooh. That was the tangent my brain went on as I was attempting to say my game store only had a collection of maybe 20 different types of dice, and like 15 of them were just the different solid colors.
I was surprised.
Mine has a
Anyway,
big
Like,
spinning
oh,
thing, just full.
oh. Yeah, I would have loved some more variety.
well, I thought it was funny that it was a pair that looked just like Michelle's, and it even had like pirate campaign art on it.
Oh, wow. That was made for her.
So, if
But
you want to go have a look see.
it just looks like the cheap knockoff though. Like I'm glad with what I got.
Yeah, but like if you have limited resources, it's cheap.
Yeah.
They're well enough made. And you get all of them. You don't have to pay per die.
I also am not the biggest fan in the world of rounded edge dice.
Yeah. Anyway, we don't have time for that tangent.
So what was the history check? That would have been
17.
I think that's what you said.
Yeah.
17.
17. It's 15 plus
You've heard
2.
of this ship. How old are you?
It's funny enough, I was just thinking that same question.
Like probably around, I'm gonna say 40 for her.
So, was
You
looking
remember
at your lore for the sirens. Like it says they take adult names at 100, die about 700.
Okay, then she's definitely 150 years old.
Yeah, I thought she would be older than me. 'Cause
Yeah.
I specifically made Kai to be just shy, just out of 100. They're probably like 104, 105.
Yeah, she's 150 to like almost 200.
Mm.
In the middle
You-
somewhere, like 175.
remember hearing about this ship and its crew roughly 50 years ago.
Woof.
You started hearing stories about this. You started hearing fantastical stories about it. And then its captain, Jim Brooks, has been captain the entire time despite being a human man.
Vampire.
So I heard stories about it being the same captain for 50 years.
Entire time. All stories claim that it has been the same man the entire time. But that makes no sense to you. because back then humans rarely lived that long to begin with.
So something is going on with this ship. Its captain is supposedly the same man for 50 years, and he was not exactly a spring chicken 50 years ago.
That's
And
nuts.
he is a human man.
Oh, that is strange. The far as I was led to understand, humans have a bit shorter of a lifespan.
That they do.
I can imagine, especially if
I
you're
mean,
well, the piracy.
did he start off as a young man? And no, you said he wasn't young. But,
Perhaps he is a vampire.
that would explain the red. It's a little bit on the nose, if I do say so myself. But I believe that would be the gentleman we were after. No,
And Maria Helena comes up and hears you and says, "My family, all three generations of my family who have been admiral of the fleet. My mother and my grandfather, all three of us, have encountered this man and his ship. This man and his ship was the end of my grandfather and my mother, and that is why we are here today."
Does anyone have another one of these? No? Okay.
one of these what?
These fancy collars where I cannot turn the knob on the back, but
Oh.
someone else can.
And how that it kind of look over at Maria like, did you all ever consider that? I'm sure Aura was very, very powerful, but she can't be the first person that you've thought to use a collar like this on.
In all fairness, I did allow myself to be taken. Did you see a ship anywhere on that island? No, you did not.
I mean, yes, you did. You very much did. I'm quite sure that, at least from the aura that you were giving off, you could probably have flicked someone and tossed them into a wall if you chose.
Although, that the big guy was a little rough about it, I will say.
It hears us trying to turn the dial on the back of your right now.
But
Maria
the
Quinn is going
question
to slap
does
you.
still stand. Have you not thought of collaring this captain?
I imagine if we
Yes,
are
did we
successful today,
bring a spare collar for this supposed captain? I personally suggest we take this one off and put it on him.
my only interest is seeing Jim Brooks at the end of my sword.
And if you do, what then?
Then maybe my family will be free of this.
There are legends about things that. Ways that humans have acquired immortality. or at least seeming immortality. None of them bode well for you. But I say, I look over at the ship. Does it look like there's any activity on it?
It looks like it is been anchored.
So anchored, nobody on board so far as we can see.
You can barely tell. The only reason why you can really see this ship there is because it's painted red.
So is it like on the horizon, or are we like coming up alongside of it? What's the...
And that's when Maria says, by the way, that's the Harpies. And she says, pull alongside, prepare to board, and for battle. And then everyone sets off to prepare. But as you approach, the ship doesn't move. And no cannons are sent your way. In fact, things are a little too quiet. Maybe a little too rough.
This reminds me of some of those old ghost stories I used to read. Haunted galleon appears in the midst of the sea. Apparent no crew aboard, and the hapless explorers board. They're beset ghouls and demons galore.
Akirza dives into the water between the boats.
Yeah. Going with him.
How far away are we from the boat?
We're boarding it, right?
So the ship pulls alongside, the gangplanks are attached, and everyone makes their way across to the other with their swords brandished and yelling their war cries. And there is nobody on deck with the Crimson Storm.
So Ara swims under the ship up along the other side. Are there any like basically like cannon doors on the sides where the guns would come out?
Matches.
Yeah.
On the opposite side. She's gonna try to open one of those and slip into it.
All right, give me a. I guess it'd be an athletics check to try to pry it open from the outside.
Okay, that's yours. This is mine. An athletics check? Okay. That's a 2, and my athletics is a -1, so 1. Dirty 1.
Akirza's gonna try and stealth under the water, just to remain dormant.
You're fiddling with a door, like a window situation, and then you hear loudly and from above, "Greetings, Maria Helena!" And someone goes, "He's atop one of the pillars of Heracles. You came all the way here for little old me? Well, as you can tell, I'm not on the ship, but my crew is." And that's when they all come storming out of the door to the captain's quarters and from under deck. And that's where we're going to roll initiative.
Do I get to stealth beforehand or no?
I mean, no one will see, so you're where you are, and no one knows where you are.
Okay.
But I still want you to roll initiative.
Man, you're just.
I got a 6.
12.
You got a 6 for Christian.
But
All right, we got what? A 12 for
5.
2. We're just doing so well. We're doing so well on this
16.
initiative.
Okay. Thankfully, I pre-rolled NPCs. Now, at this point, a general throng of people named Pirates 11 through 27 clash against people known as Privateer / Naval Private 11 through 27 are also just clashing about. And we're going to start with one of the pirates. They are not part of the general throng.
I can
Generic pirates. Well, less generic pirates. This one you can see they took the production company took more look into their outfits than the others. He's gonna go for Conway. And they get 2 dagger attacks. That's a natural 1.
So I was.
And a 4 on the die for a 9.
Hippies.
Imagine those both miss.
Hippies.
Up next is Alana.
I want to hit the nearest pirate in melee range and cast Divine Smite.
I think that's your last spell slot for Smite.
Nope, we just had a long rest.
Oh yeah, we did. You got. Oh, so you can cast it once without one.
Mm-hmm. This is the wrong die. Ugh. Ugh. Let me see my sheet. So it's just a straight one.
That's your sheet.
Yeah. 7.
A 7 misses.
So if you miss, does the spell slot get spent?
Yes.
Oh,
No.
Fuck.
No?
No.
Not. I think it's specifically not with Divine Smite. You only have to.
You can claim Divine Smite after you hit.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So if you don't hit, you don't have to
Okay.
say
Yeah,
that you
Divine
JK,
Smite, it
just
says
hitting.
it's a bonus action
Just
you
missing.
take immediately after hitting the target with the weapon.
Yeah.
All right. Next is another pirate. Who's going to go to Alana because 2 of the other players are not around. He gets 2 attacks. That's a 7. And that's going to be just a 5. Okay. It is Kai's turn.
Excuse me.
Right, Kai will draw their sword and attack the closest pirate. Looking at these piratey folks, do they look? Are they like normal people? Varied species? Do they look like anything's different about them, or anybody glowing weird eyes or anything?
No, they all look generally the
Or
same.
see-through?
And
Long things. That's a 17 to hit,
17 hits.
or I don't like that 4, so I'm gonna need a savage attacker. That was worse, so I'll keep the 4. 7 points of damage. With that disadvantage on their next attack roll. And yeah, that'll be it for me.
It is that pirate's turn that you just hit, and he's coming for you.
Oh, that's fine. Relax.
All right, that's gonna be a 19 to hit on the second
Oh.
attack.
That sucks. That just hits.
And that's going to be the lowest it could be. And that is a. Oh, no, wait. It has disadvantage because you got it. So.
Yep.
And that turns into a miss. Okay.
Love that for me.
It is now Jim Brooks' turn. First thing he does is he you see he has a rope that is attached to the ship. He is going to start swinging through the air. He is going to lose hold of the rope and fall into the sail. He is going to catch himself with the knife trick in the sail and start coming down the sail with the knife. But the knife hits a crossbar and flies away into the water. And he starts falling again. And he hits the boom and lands on his face on the deck. Taking.
That sounded like quite the entrance.
Who was this? One of the pirates?
This is the captain, the one that this person is after.
Oh, one more.
That was a hell of an entrance.
Epic captain of 50 years and whatnot.
And he just fell on his face, and there is a pool of blood. And now it's another pirate's turn.
That looks like it hurts.
Gonna go after Hi. That's too low. And that's too low. Great. These pirates are wonderful.
Yeah, I am bashing at them with my shield. Like, don't you dare attempt to mark this face. How rude.
It is Maria Helena's turn. And she's going to single out Jim Brooks and head his direction. And she tells everyone else, he's mine. You focus on the others. As she spends her entire turn getting up on him. It is now Stormbreaker's turn. I'm going to go look at one of the guys that are messing with Kai and cast Eldritch Blast, which will hit. For D10. Oh, wow. Second Blast also hits. Okay. He gets hit with both blasts and falls off the side of the ship. Wilhelming.
Thank you.
All right, it is Akersha's turn. Akersha's underneath the ship.
Girza wants to rage while underwater and then blast up and attack a pirate.
Angry bubbles come up from the water.
So you're going to get on the other side and like jet up out of the water?
I want to try to.
Is it a thing? Is it like a special thing you have or something?
No, I just want to do it.
I mean, it sounds awesome. So
I mean, I figured it'd be the same as climbing up the side of the ship.
and you got swim speed, right? So
I have a swim speed of 40.
sure.
Cool. Is there anybody close to the edge that I can get? Because that'll probably be all my movement.
Sure. So you
Awesome.
just start swimming up and you're
I'm gonna gain some traction and I'm gonna lunge and I'm gonna bite them.
you're gonna bite the guy.
I have a bite attack, yeah.
Makes sense.
15 plus 2 is 17 to hit.
17 hits.
I won't reckless attack. But that's a D6 plus my strength. That's a 7 piercing damage as I bite into their whatever leg they have.
And he goes, flag!
My leg!
Alright. It is Aura's turn.
So I'm gonna channel divinity, sea god's fury, as I come up onto the deck, climbing the rest of the way, and getting as far onto the deck as I can from having been climbing. And now, I touch my holy symbol, my little grouping of
That is
fangs,
great. That is good.
and 60 feet in every direction, the temperature drops to unbearably cold. And a sort of sleet storm starts. But it's not sleet storm, it's like a... That's not the spell sleet storm. There's a storm, and
Oh my.
And it's a boon.
they need to make a dexterity saving throw against my spell save DC.
Everyone in that section?
Yes.
That's going
I
to be a few.
forgot about the channel dependencies.
Maybe even one or two of your friends, probably. Let me think. Where are you, brother?
It says specifically enemies.
Okay. So what was the save again?
DC is 8 plus proficiency plus wisdom, so 13 plus 2, 15.
You got 3 of them.
So on top of the 1d4, so 4 plus 1 plus 2, 6 cold damage. The ones that didn't save also take this one, 2 lightning damage.
The one that didn't save gets 2 on you.
The one that did not save gets 2 lightning damage, and all of them get 1d4. So 4. I rolled the max on plus 2, so because plus cleric level. So 6 cold damage, and anybody who didn't make the save gets 2 lightning damage.
Okay.
Does that include friendlies? I forget.
No, it's just enemies unless they are equipped for or immune to it. So unless they have some sort of special clothing on that keeps them from taking cold or lightning damage, they're getting hit.
Back on top is the pirate. Is the one that's on Alana. He takes 2 swings. That's too low. That one is a 19.
Tired.
19 hit.
Me?
Yes.
You have my...
And yes, it hits.
That's 4 piercing damage.
I'm gonna put my AC in
And
there.
their turn, and it is Alana's turn.
It's gonna hit. It's your turn.
Mm-hmm. I didn't have my AC on there, so I wasn't sure.
If it hit, you
Mhm.
don't have a 19.
I don't know.
You have max of like a 14 or 15 right now.
Okay. So probably 14.
Yeah, I'm saying it's your turn now. What are you doing? Are you finding
Was I
something and
hit?
smiting? No. Yes. Yes,
Okay.
you were hit.
So, am I within range of the thing that hit me?
Yeah,
Okay.
they're right up against you.
All right. So I want to hit it with the big pointy thing. And if it succeeds, I want to cast smite. Um, 18.
18 hits.
Cool. All right. So that's 2d8.
Mm-hmm.
That's not it. That's a d10.
And your damage for your actual hit.
9d8. 5. 8.
Okay, so that's
13.
13 plus the damage you do with your actual hit.
Okay. And the actual hit is another d8.
Depending on how you're holding it, it's a D8 or a D10. If you're two-handing it, it's D10.
That's right, d10.
Plus your strength modifier, which is 3.
Okay. 4 plus my strength modifier.
3, so 7. 7 and 13, 20 total damage.
Well, damn, Sean.
Oof.
This dude looking
That's
rough as
it.
hell.
I really should just start using my divine smites. I forget about those.
We are now onto a pirate that is trying to attack Kai again.
How dare you?
That's too low. And that's too low. Congratulations. And now it's Kai's
Yeah.
turn.
Kai is going to return blows from the one that just tried to hit me for 18
18 hits.
to hit, and I will divine smite it. So that will be 3d8 plus 3. That was horrible rolls. Savage attacker only works on the weapon die roll, correct? Not on the divine smite die roll. I don't know. But I will re-roll one of the die. I'm going to re-roll that one and get another one. That's great. It's 12 points of damage.
All right.
I'm trying to be like Alana, but can't quite get that swing.
All right, it's
That'll
Jim
be
Brooks'
all.
I'm
turn.
trying to hit.
He's going to stand up and dust himself off. And
Also
can I
trying
get
to
a
smite,
quick
but
perception
not-
checks?
Didn't get a hit.
Try to hit me.
No.
Anybody who wants to.
I got a 21.
You're looking at me
6.
like
I can't perceive worth a damn.
Well, Kersha, you can see that despite the fact that he's in a puddle of blood, he is not bleeding.
Oh, Well then.
And he's got Maria Helena right in his face, so he's going to start swinging away. And
You
he's
have
going
to
to miss her.
spend half of his movement to get up.
Yep. She got up to him on her turn, but she didn't.
Yeah, she did make a beeline
She had
for
to
him.
use all of her stuff to get to him. All right, and now it's time for Maria Helena to start fighting Jim Brooks. She's going to swing at him. That's going to hit. And she's going to hit him for 9. Get a nice hit. Looks like this ends tonight. Stormbreaker is up. He's going to go for one of the other pirates with an Eldritch Blast from across the way. First one hits. Second one hits. And that pirate is gone. That was one that was on high.
Thanks again. Quite a doll. They are just blasting these things right out my face.
A pirate is coming after Stormbreaker again. That one's gonna hit. Second attack. Miss.
Question: the one that hit Stormbreaker, was it a close? Was it a close hit?
Close to me.
Yeah. I want to have them to try and block it for them. Going to use my, since they've been helping me out. I have to pull it back up. Sorry. Aberrant Sentinel. So I'm going to just send out like this telekinetic blast to try and knock the attack off and give them a +3 AC. See if
Okay,
that
me a
will
plus
help.
3 AC. That'll make him miss then.
So yeah, I see them go to attack, and it's like, not today.
All right, it's Akersh's turn.
Akira's gonna try and bury his great axe into the pirate that he bit. Just get a chunk out of his side. And he's gonna reckless attack. That's 22.
Yeah, it hits.
He does. Um, 9 points of damage.
All right. This pirate looking real rough.
And then he's gonna try and bonus action tail swipe. Is that also, can I also do reckless for that?
Can you do reckless multiple times on turn?
Let me look it up.
You should also be doing your tail swipe first, so you can try and knock them prone before you great axe them.
When you make your first attack on your turn. I guess not. So
So it's a straight roll.
that's a 13.
13?
Yeah.
13 misses.
Okay. Then I thud into his leg with my tail. I go, damn it.
All right, it's Otto's turn.
I'm going to Point at the captain and say, it's just the business. And I'm going to... Fine. Yes. It's going to be a 16 to hit. And I'm just going to keep moving, and the storm moves with me, so people are having to make the DCs again for up to a minute. So this is like round to 9 of it being around.
It's like
Okay.
spiritual guardians, almost.
Yeah, it's a channel divinity. It's a sea god's fury.
Oh, that's going to kill him, the pirates are, right?
Oh,
They want him to make a save.
So 1d4. My cleric level. So 3 damage total to the people who made the save. And D8. Please.
Stop.
1d8, yeah, that was right. And a whole 2 damage to extra to people who didn't make the save.
Okay.
Ghost.
I move over to Alana.
All right. The one that I hit before, did it die?
No.
Okay. So when I attack
There's
it
only
again.
one big P pirate around. But again, there's a whole throng of other small P pirates.
Okay.
Small PP.
Small PP energy. So the one that I haven't killed yet, I would like to attack again. I think I'm just gonna do just the hit. I said I can do it retroactively.
Yeah, if you hit, you're allowed to say that you bonus action.
Okay,
to
cool.
Divine
Because
Smite.
I just nat 20.
Jesus
So
Christ.
also Divine Smite.
love that.
You only roll double damage
This-
on the initial hit, though. You don't roll it on Smite, I don't think.
I thought all dice were dead.
Are they? But
Yeah,
it's
that's the juicy
technically part of a...
Divine Smite.
Yeah, but it's technically part of a bonus action, so it's a separate piece, isn't it?
And it's a well. I
It's a
mean,
spell, how is
well, it's a bonus action you take immediately after hitting the target with the weapon, so it's extra damage on top of that attack.
Okay.
Although it could be, it is your world, so it
Um,
could be. I don't know, I've always
Does
done it where
critical
you double that die.
damage apply to Smite? Every dice you roll that deals damage is doubled in case of a crit. Every last one of them. So
So it still gets doubled.
okay, Divine Smite cap crit. Oh, it's hard. That a paladin's Divine Smite is hard capped as per the class feature. No matter if it's a crit or normal hit, you can't exceed the defined maximum. I pointed this out on YouTube. Or is it actually true? So if anyone can provide me to... If you're referring to provisions that in the Divine Smite They exist to keep multi-classes from using 6+ slots to soup the smite up for further still. Oh, there's a cap. This isn't even on the... So there's no hard cap on any kind of critical hit as far as I'm aware.
Okay, so I'm still rolling twice.
Yes.
It's
Divine Smites are capped at 5d8 damage, 4th level or higher spell slot, making the max crit from Divine Smite 10d8. So yeah, crit applies to Smite.
okay, so rolling twice.
Yes. Well, actually, roll once, add that to the max, is how we do it at the table.
Okay, so 2.
So 2 plus d8.
Mm-hmm. So 10.
Yeah. So yeah, 10 smite damage, and then however much your normal damage was, which was also critical.
You got 10 out of 4d8.
Yeah, you get the 2d8, and then you get 2 more d8.
Mm-hmm. And then
So
your
rolling twice
normal
again?
sword
Yes.
attack, which was a d10.
This one you roll
Which-
both of them because it's not a crit.
Cool, 6 plus 7. So 13.
So 13 and 10, 23 smite, and then roll your strength damage, which is also doubled.
And it's a d10.
I believe so, yeah. If you're two-handing it.
I'm always looking at my character sheet and I don't have it open in front of me, so I don't know. All right. So we said d10, yes?
So, yeah, roll it once and then add 10.
3.
13 more. So, total of 36 damage in one hit.
You would have killed him if he had max health. He did not have max health.
Yeah, paladin crits are very juicy
Yeah.
when they have smites.
But the smites are capped.
All right, you are out of big P pirates, although there are many small P pirates. Which I'm going to be using old D&D
Yeah,
rules
please.
with the minion rules. Basically, if you hit the AC, you kill them.
Wait, I thought I had a big P pirate. Did I not?
I have no pirates on this list anymore.
I mean, I killed mine.
I feel like all of these pirates
Somebody else
should be taking psychic damage as you continue to describe them as small P.
I cut mine in half.
Like that episode of Spartacus?
Ooh,
Like Lorena Bobbitt?
that sounds painful.
All right, Kai, what do you want to do? Do you want to take out 3 regular pirates in one go?
Yeah, Kai will try and
Hot dog's
get
tail.
some swings
Facing
going
this
on.
way.
Oh, there's your dice. 13?
Why did I sound like Harper?
No.
13, yeah, that'll hit a small P pirate.
So, swing at one of them.
Sad clown.
Uh,
Clown horn.
Do I need to roll damage if we're just
Yeah,
you're doing the
just gonna hit him and then
No.
just call it out.
Yep, so Kai turns the sword kind of backwards handed almost, stabs into the one closest to them. It's a quick withdraw and looks to the next one.
All right, Jim Brooks starts running around like a wild person. He runs by Maria Helena, who tries to reach out and hit him, and she misses him. And he runs by Stormbreaker, who is going to, as a natural 1. I feel like I gotta do something cool.
Woof.
Oh, I got an idea. 50 shot, this thing happens. Okay. He misses him, swings wide, and hits a cask of oil, which immediately catches flame, and the ship's on fire. As it goes to Maria
Juicy.
Helena. I had to roll. I rolled a 1, and then I rolled like a 3, and then I rolled like a 2
It was meant to be.
for like 3
Mhm.
bad things to happen in a row. Maria Helena gets back up on him.
My ship's
Oh my
big
God.
like Maria Helena.
Like Tia Tamara.
Yeah.
So that's going to be a. She has an ability that lets her crit on 19s. So she crit on with a
Love that.
19. And she runs him through with her sword as he falls down. She wipes off her blade and starts walking away.
Instead of running you through with me sword.
And she starts walking towards the gangplanks to go back to her ship. Feeling as she succeeded in her mission. Where's that? Put you over there.
Right.
Stormbreaker's going to set off a couple of Eldritch Blasts at some
Oh.
randos. Yeah, they both go down. And he's just going to follow Maria. The curse up.
Akiza is going to try and grab a pirate and do I roll athletics for that or
We missed.
Yeah, if you're
all
trying
of
to
that.
grapple, yeah. It's a athletics contest. And you don't have to roll high to get him.
I got a 17
Yeah, he got a 7.
and I chuck him in the fire. And then I think I stay close to one of the either the side and
Your connection is
Like
coming in and out a lot.
half in, half out.
I try and stay closer to the edge of the boat, but I'm gonna stay on the boat and kill as many as possible. Really,
All right.
just whacking away.
Just a whacking. All right. Aura.
You.
Trying to think. How many are left?
There's just a bunch of general pirates on a now
Little pea pirate.
flaming ship. And I mean, it's on fire.
I'm gonna go stand over the dead body of the captain.
Okay.
And one, he's on the ground, so he's still getting hit with the stuff from above me. So if he's got death saving throws, he's failing them. Anyone in my vicinity that's a little pea pirate has to make their save again, or else be hit again.
Just roll a bunch of these.
Which this time will be 4 cold damage if they make the save, and 4 cold damage and 8 lightning damage if they failed it.
You just knocked off like half of the remaining on the ship.
And as my actual action, I'm gonna stab the corpse one more time. So if there was any doubt, Actually, I'm gonna fully try to decapitate this guy.
Jesus Christ. Escalated quickly.
Well, I mean,
All right, you roll with advantage and an auto crits if you hit.
I'm gonna hit him. No, I'm gonna decapitate that motherfucker.
Right.
okay, so roll with advantage to hit and it auto crits. Mm-hmm.
Yep, because he's down and unconscious.
Okay. That was. Yeah, I don't think. And that would be my strength, probably. Which is not good. I don't think a 4 hits.
No.
Even on the ground. He still got hit with the fucking other thing. But.
Yep.
Mm.
That's my whole turn.
All right. We go to Alana.
Decapitation.
Jesus Christ.
What if he's a vampire? You gotta cut off the head and stab the heart.
Nearest one that is on its feet still.
Sure.
And attack it with my longsword. How in the fuck?
Did you nat 20 again?
I nat 20 again.
On a guy that you just need to like get a 12 on to kill.
Yeah.
Well, I'll give you. You swung it back and you killed one on the way back as well.
So I killed 2. Got it. Sweet.
Are you gonna move or cut off this burning ship?
Nah. I mean, what's everybody else doing?
Well, Maria and Stormbreaker are leaving the ship.
Or in the ship?
Or leaving the ship.
Okay. How far am I? From... Wait, are we abandoning our own ship?
No,
we
this
on
is
the
the
other person's?
Crimson
Okay.
Storm.
Okay, so I want to go towards our ship.
Okay. You can almost make it to where you start getting on the gangplank.
Cool.
At this point, we could probably just get rid of the initiative and just kind of narratively end this.
Akira says,
encounter
Yeah, I think
for
Kai
the-
was going
What are
to
you
do-
going to do before you get off the ship?
So
Akira
I
says, can I have the rest?
I'm going straight for the captain's quarters, and I'm gonna loot this motherfucking ship before it burns down.
Yeah. Kai is going to look at the rest of them, and with their voice dripping with power, is say, "Your captain is dead. Unless you wish to join them, stop this silly fighting."
Akira is gonna dip his axe in the oil and fire and
Head toward-
start mowing them down.
I'm going to head towards the captain's quarters. With a bit
Like,
of pep in the step, there's a lot of
Like
fire.
he's gonna keep track of who jumps in the wall to run away and hunt them down later as they run away.
And Alana's just gonna the nicest, biggest sword she can see on somebody's hip on a dead person. She wants to take that.
I guess you could officially say you have a great sword now.
Cool.
You can full on upgrade to a great sword if you're going to be a two-handed.
Nice.
Can you put it on my sheet, please?
In a second.
As for those who are going to into the captain's quarters, if you could each give me this would be an investigation because you're actually siphoning and rifling through things.
Shit, that's cocked.
12.
Okay.
I look for any unused oil barrels and put them up.
13.
Boat.
What am I adding anything to this? Just straight roll.
Such good.
Okay,
Did you do the
13,
hit?
you're going to find
go to
a slip of
captain's
paper
cabin.
that has some
Oh.
numbers written on it.
Okay.
You can tell it's important though.
The Da Vinci
Like this,
Code.
this means something. It has a
Do
couple,
do 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 do.
and then all of a sudden you start building a mountain out of mashed potatoes. This is important.
This means something.
It is shit. I need to actually look up that. For Kai, I would like for you to roll D100,
Ooh.
and that would be the amount of gold pieces you find.
Can you please
Or
put on my sheet? That'd be great. Sorry.
Yeah.
If you get double zeros, it's 100. My
If you
favorite.
get triple zeros, it's 100.
no, unfortunately, I got a double zero. All right, but the other one was a 7.
You
So,
found 7 gold pieces.
yeah,
That sucks.
rolling, and
Damn.
go.
I'm trying to find out.
So other than the gold, Kai is going to, if there are like any pictures on the wall, want to pull them off the wall, see if there's any hidden safes, and look underneath the bed, the mattress, and pillow.
So I'm gonna investigate this piece of paper. Is it like latitude and longitude? Is this something I'm able to determine?
It says 40.4167 X 3.70033.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's latitude and longitude.
Morse code. Just kidding.
Which,
Stop listening.
as a well-traveled person, you know that to be about where the city of whatever Madrid is called.
You know what? That's going to be a fold point. Certain places exist and certain people exist, no matter which of the multiverses, which of the universes within the multiverse you are in. And Madrid is one of those places.
So you believe that is
Madrid.
in America. Meanwhile, your friend found 7 whole gold pieces.
Yeah, I think Ty was more so. Ty was probably looking more so for anything that looked like art. And got distracted and just found spare change. Like these are in the old pair of pants.
Can I rifle through the guy's clothing?
Sure.
I just want to see what he's got. Not one. Never mind. I find no clothing.
The
When you
Emperor
find
wears
those like
gold.
all torn up or all full of holes.
It's just dirty socks.
How close are we to sinking?
Yeah, don't look through that. I've already plucked the coins out
At
of
this point, you can start to feel the heat of the fire.
I don't know about you, but I think it might be time for us to return to our own vessel. It is getting a little bit hot in here.
Okay.
How close are we to the galley?
I mean, if you wanted to make for some food, you could have while they were doing that.
I'll do that.
I feel like it's Susie talking and not.
What?
You feel like Dan feels like that's Susie talking and not the character.
Yeah.
One food.
I mean, yes. I'm also so fucking tired.
I'm trying to wrap up.
So, R's gonna say okay, and cast thaumaturgy to make it look like the fire is more intense by the door than it actually is. and is gonna take whatever piece of furniture she can find. And there's always that big back panel of windows in the captain's quarters, and she's just gonna hurl that motherfucking chair through the window and jump out into the water and start swimming back to the other ship.
Yeah. Kai will look back and see the fire and go, "Oh, damn it!" And they will leap out of the window. And as they come to the water, they resurface and then just walk across the top of the water and climb up onto the ship.
The Kiyusa gets
Walk
on the
on water.
gang. The Kiyusa
Yeah.
gets on the gangplank and looks over at the burning boat, and he kind of goes, and then he writes the new tally of deaths in his piece of paper and stuffs it in his pocket.
If
All right, so y'all get back on the ship.
if I was able to find rations, cool. If not, I'm gonna flee the ship.
Now you find a stash of rations.
Okay, cool. How much should I put in my inventory?
You can roll a d20, and that's how many days worth you find.
Woo!
You're
Oh,
better than me.
7. Oh,
You didn't just like
I mean, that's all
me.
worth for
Yeah.
you for one person.
Oh.
I mean, I think 7 rations is actually more valuable than 7 gold.
All right, you all get back on the ship and are headed back in haste before the American Navy is drawn to the fire. Maria Helena takes a deep breath and says, "Finally, the family is avenged. It is over." And she pats Ara on the back and turns your dial to number 3. Everybody else can also level up to level 3
Hooray.
as you head home
wow.
back.
I certainly hope
Yeah.
that the legend does not become reborn.
One can only hope. I mean, if they were a vampire, that fire should have did a number on them. So there's always that, and you know, yeah. So, until then, if they do show back up, I'll just get
And that's the adventure for today.
Yay!
yay!
Hooray.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Yeah.
Dan.
Excuse me. That was exciting.